Vaping in high school students has reached epidemic levels.
We did the BetterOS Adolescent Health Survey in 2016, and the number of students who said that they had been vaping regularly or who had tried it at least once was about 34%, and in 2018 it was 45%. That is an alarming amount of people who have used it, half the school almost. I think next time we will see even higher numbers.
Vaping is inhaling and exhaling a vapor that's heated in aerosol, has nicotine and some other additives that is inhaled and then exhaled and provides a nicotine buzz.
People have devices like an e-cigarette or a Juul or a vape pen or something like that, and they will take the liquid that's in the pod and they will put it into the device, and then it becomes a vapor.
These pods are known to have as much nicotine as one pack of cigarettes, and kids are doing this in a short amount of time, so really getting a lot of the highly addictive nicotine into their bloodstream. Youth are arriving in hospitals, going to intensive care units, and really having just an extreme inflammatory response in their lungs. We're seeing kids that are even going into rehab to get off of these, this constant use of this high level of nicotine. It's just not perceived to be harmful when in fact it's very harmful and potentially life-threatening.
Vaping has been around for over a decade, but it's really only become big in the last couple of years when the Juul was invented. And the Juul did a great job of marketing to adolescents.
I think there was something kind of flashy about it, that it looked like a USB drive and maybe the name, but it just kind of caught on, and vaping really has become a little bit of a sort of an infatuation with American youth. We need to dispel the myth that it's not harmful.
What the manufacturers will say is that they started this to help adults decrease their cigarette use, which that may be happening, but it's also targeted towards young people.
It's a $3.5 billion business in the US, so there's tremendous funding to advertise and market to youth.
It is highly, highly addicting. That is one of the scariest parts of this, and especially for adolescents.
They've seen in research that it can make the brain more susceptible to addictive tendencies with, say, other substances like cocaine and methamphetamine because of the similar type of high you get. Kids are actually not even aware that they're taking a drug.
Companies are specifically targeting the younger youth, so that when they get older, they'll continue using that product. And the hope, obviously, for these companies is that they become addicted to it.
Students are so good at hiding it, both at home and at school. You don't see it. It's such a small device that's used that there's no smoke, there's no smell from it.
It's happening right in homes, in bedrooms, in bathrooms, in schools.
And I've had students who've said to me, no, I keep it under the couch, and my mom goes into the kitchen, I can Juul right there, put it right back, and she doesn't even know. It's very hard for parents to know if someone is vaping.
Some of the signs of a student vaping include increased thirst, an aversion to caffeine, devices around the house that are sort of suspicious looking and look like USB.
It looks like a phone, it could look like a pen, like a regular writing pen.
You see them going up to their room every 20 minutes or something.
If you go into their bedroom and it doesn't smell like a regular smell, that might be a clue or a flag that your child might be vaping.
If you see your child getting more edgy, if they're waking up edgy. Right, so what parents could do, first of all, is remember this is an epidemic for the entire country.
An important role parents can take in prevention of vaping is to really start the conversation and consider the timing. Maybe you see a news story about the lung illnesses across the country, or you drive by a vape shops.
Sometimes it's safer to sort of put it into the friend realm, to say, so, I saw this video on vaping. What, are your friends using vaping? Have you seen any kids at your school using vaping? So they're much more comfortable talking about what other people are doing, and you can get a good pulse on what's going on when you hear from them.
Listening to their perspective, and I think for parents to know the facts.
Every single time like a new article comes out, my mom is the first to be like, did you guys see this? Like vaping can cause like popcorn lung or something like that. She's the first to show us it and just update us.
The more educated students are about the products, the better off we are in preventing them from using them.
My parents have discussed vaping with me, and my mom showed me a picture of popcorn lung, which is like the little sacks of liquid you get in your lungs from when you vape. And she's like, this is what will happen if you vape.
So really having the knowledge and then sharing it is one of the most important things, because many youth don't know of the harms.
Parents often think, maybe I'm not doing a good job, maybe I need to do better. Parents are doing the best they can.
I think that bringing up like news articles and stuff is helpful because it just shows that there's new research. I usually have seen it by the time she's already showed it to me, but it's like I just know that she's coming from like a place where she cares.
Set clear expectations, and meaning your vaping is not permitted in this house.
But also remember, you're not there to lecture. You want to be asking open-ended questions if you're asking questions, and then you want to let them talk.
Because not all students want to talk to their parents for varying reasons.
The other important thing is to do more listening than talking.
Yeah, no, I definitely am comfortable talking to them. A lot of times they have like good advice for you, and you just have to actually like sit down and listen to it.
But it's important that a conversation is had, either here at school or at home, about the risks and the addiction and the health hazards that go along with that.
You do have to be vigilant, and I think the best way is to create these protective factors for parents. The easiest way, and it may not sound easy, especially in high school with everyone's schedules, is to really try to have dinner together.
My parents always cook like a great meal for us, and that's like kind of the time of day where we all catch up with each other.
But like when we do sit down and have dinner together, it's like really nice. So my parents will ask us like these questions like, oh, like how was practice today? Like, what was your favorite part of the day at school? Like, did you do anything nice for someone else today? Or did someone do something nice for you today?
Any time that you can spend with your child is a protective factor. It's great for their grades, it's great for their mental health, it's great for you, it's great for your relationship, it's great for them when they become a parent. You're saying to your kids and your family, I value my time with you, and I want you to value the time that you have with me, and so we are setting this as a priority.
Provide structure at home.
Roles definitely help me, again, kind of like a schedule, balance out what's going on when I have to do certain things.
I know when I have to go home, so I don't have to worry about staying out too late. I don't have to worry about not getting enough sleep. I know do my homework. It helps ease the stress load.
One of the things that I hear most from students is, I wish my parents would make us have dinner together. I wish my mom would make me do my homework when I get home from school. I hear much more often, I wish my parents did this, than I hear, I wish my parents wouldn't do this. The students that are craving that structure are the kids who we see are most at risk. Well, parents absolutely should model the behavior that they want.
My parents definitely model the same behavior that they've taught me.
My mother models the behavior of liking to be on time.
Adolescents especially will say to you, and you know, it makes a lot of sense for them, is if you're not doing it, why do I need to do it?
There's been some times where if they aren't modeling that behavior, I'll be like, hey, so why aren't you doing this? And then I think that makes them think a second time of I should be modeling what I'm telling them to do.
You know, if you get home from work and you say, I am so stressed today, boy, do I need a drink. What have you taught your child? That when you're stressed, you need a substance to help you. So you're teaching responsibility. You're teaching them that you have confidence in them and that you trust them. They want to know that you're there. They want to know that when they need you, they can find you and they can talk to you. Never give up.